Time to continue. There you can see the rear springs. They're now painted with Pour 15, black Pour 15. May not look pretty. I wasn't going to sand them down. It's really not worth it. Just waiting for the new bushes now and the new pads that go on the end. I've got the throttle pedal out now and ready. This was the original part of the floor. I kept it just in case I needed it. I don't. Don't forget you got these 4 spaces that do go there, and that is between the 2 pieces. So now my intention is to go and drill the holes in the floor, put in the riv nuts, and then the pedal will be in position, and then I can start putting the rest of the linkage together to get through to the engine bay and the pedal. It's going to be fun, that. I've got all sorts of pieces to look at and to try and figure out how the hell they go, so the parts catalogue will definitely be coming out. I've put a brass sleeve inside here for lubrication. I mean, as you all know, brass is kind of a self-lubricating metal, if you like, and then I've locked it off with this bolt and washer, and the pedal pivots perfectly, and a stainless steel bolt to prevent the pedal from coming too far up, and then I'll adjust it as to whatever length I need. This is the original pedal. As you can see, it was quite rusty, but I didn't really want to have to make this piece up or any of it really, so I decided I would clean it up and powder coat it, and I must admit it's strong enough. It is. I mean, it had rusted, but it's just going to pivot, so I'm really not too bothered about that. Alright, there is one other thing I'm just going to show you. Let me take you for a walk. Hang on a second. It's not in position yet. I just want to show it to you. Okay. Well, there you can see that the mark as to where that little square plate is going to go. The other thing I wanted to show you is here. This is for the speedo mileometer, whatever you want to call it. Sorry, here it is, and it comes through this hole. It has to come through this hole here. So just wanted to let you know that that's it, and that's where it routes that way. This one is for the clock, and that just fits onto the panel that goes under here. So that'll be good, won't it? All right. Well, let's get on and get this drilled and get the throttle pedal in place. It does go up. Hang on a second. You see, it goes up through this here, and that. I don't know if there's a bush in there at the moment or not, and I can't get my finger in there to find out. Some idiot put a steering column in the way. Can't feel anything that far in. Oh, yeah, yes, there is. There is a bush in there. Okay, that's good. And there's a hole there. I'm not sure what that's for. So I don't know if you saw that. That's the thingy there where the throttle linkage goes through, and there is a bush in there. This hole, I don't know what it's for. Maybe it's to do with the holding a bracket for the throttle. I would have thought there should have been something over here too. I don't see anything at the moment, or even tails of something that might have been there. I've got a hole. Hang on a second. You see, this is the linkage here. All this lot. I don't know how that bolts up. It goes through. I mean, I know it goes that way, there, through the hole, but there is a bracket here. You've got to figure out where that was attached. I don't see any witness marks where it was. Now there is a bit of, I think that's the original. I don't think that's a, a patch. You know, I don't think that was patched up. And granted, I did it a long time ago. I guess I'll figure it out once I get it in position. Once I get the throttle pedal in there, maybe it will all become abundantly clear. Also noting in there, look, see, that has not been treated in there. And I do have a inner, what do you want to call it? A treatment for in there. It's not just paint, it's like a, I don't think it's a wax oil, but it's a preventative corrosion thingy. 3M, it's made by 3M. I'll show you that when I do it, and obviously it will go into these cavities as well. I'll be squirting that stuff everywhere. Right, oh, there's something else to do. See, look, you find things, don't you? That's got to go back in there and be fixed. Now, yes, originally it was fixed with nails, and that's for the fur flex gets attached to that. I've got nails that have got to come out and nails that have got to stay in. That's going to be fun getting that ready for the fur flex. Oh, and I've got another bracket up here. Oh, look at that. See? All these little things. That bracket there has got to be attached. It's just a little self-tapper screw. And don't forget, you've got these little pieces here for the panel that goes onto here. Screw hole there for it. Although I must admit that screw hole may well not be used because it's a brand new panel and it won't have a screw hole in it. I'll have to put one in it. That's okay. Such fun. Alright, let's go get on with it. Here we are. This is the linkage that goes to the pedal. The two spacers there, obviously the two holes there and the two bolts. This sorry, this goes up and down against the back of the throttle pedal. This goes through the bulkhead or the firewall. There is a Woodruff key that has to go in here, and then a split pin that goes in here. And I think there should also be a washer here. I'm going to have to find that. I'm pretty sure there's a washer there. Doesn't show it on the diagram, but however, we'll see once I get it into position. Now, in here, that is the throttle pedal in position, and up here are the two holes that the bracket links to, and obviously the pedal will be back here. One other thing, I've got this in the wrong place. This should be in this hole, and this, which is for the mileometer, should be coming through that hole. How do I know this? Because this doesn't really reach through there. So I've got to take the bonnet cable all the way out and reinsert it. What a booger. Okay, well, it's got to be done. It's got to be done. So first and foremost, let me finish this linkage. Oh, and then we have the other piece. Hang on a sec, come with me. And we have the other piece which goes onto the carburetors and the manifold, which is this conglomeration here, and I think I've actually reassembled that wrong. I'm going to find out. I think that rod needs to be up here so that that will go on, and this bar will actually be coming out in this direction here, parallel to this. That's what I believe. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to find out before I put it all together. And then this stud hole, sorry, that goes on to, I don't know if you can see that. Hang on a second. Let me get another light just to make sure you can see it. You see that? It goes on to there, and then the links go to this carburetor and this carburetor. So, you know, this one may reach a part of the throttle linkage. That one I've got a feeling, because that's going to be That's going to be there. Yeah, it's all, I think I've got it all together wrong. So I'll get it together correctly and then I'll show you once I've got it correctly. Oh shit, don't do that. Once I've got it all together. Okay, here is the magic diagram. And there's lots of little pieces to this and it's kind of tricky to try and get it right, but I think I've got it right now. This piece here, that's already on the manifold, and this bush here is already in the firewall. I've got to go and buy this washer. That should be it. So that, as I showed before, that links up to the brake pedal, throttle pedal. This will slide in there. I haven't pushed it in there yet. I'll do that, and I'll put some grease on there. This washer, I believe, goes there. The bush, this bush here, number 13, will be here in this position, which is in the firewall. Then there's two little spacers. Why two? I don't know. Why that couldn't have been one, I don't know. But I could be wrong in the position of it, but I think that's where it goes. This piece here, number 19, that is inside this. Oddly, it is smooth and this has got teeth on it. However, there is a Woodruff key that goes in. Let me see if I can show you. Hang on a second. There's a Woodruff key that goes in there, and in here you can see there is a slot where the Woodruff key would go, so that would slide on there and stay in that position. So then that will be on there. Then this goes on here. Then there is one of these double spring washers there, a flat washer and the split pin. Then this is where it links up to the piece on the manifold, and then I believe as you pump, obviously it will twist and make this do that kind of motion, and this obviously connects to the carburetors somehow. Okay, oh, and these are just the two nuts and bolts that go, bolts that go through this bracket. This bracket here. I've got my grade 8 bolts now. I was just doing a test fit on them. They're all done and okay. I've got to go down to Harbour Freight, jeez. I got to go down to my local Ace Hardware store, pick up that double spring washer for this end here, and pick up the two bolts that go through the eyes of the springs, and nuts and washers, of course. So let me go and get those. Be back in a minute. There it is. Pedal is in position. Bracket is there, and obviously it's not spring loaded, so you know, you push down and something pushes it back up. The spring tensions, I guess, on the carburetor. So there you go. That's how it'll work. Kind of neat. Yeah. Can't wait. There are two spacers here behind this bracket, obviously because of all the carpet and everything there. Carpet has to tuck up under behind it, and that I imagine will be, that might even be too far. It might need to be about there. The only reason I'm saying that is this is very close to the edge here, so I'm thinking that perhaps I need to wind this down to make it a little closer there. Also, I do note that my pedals are not level with each other, but I'm hoping that once I got fluid and everything else in, that these pedals will be level. They're not terribly off, but I would like them to be level. Alright, so now I've got this in. Now it's to do the bit on the other side. Holy cannoli. Alright, and this is where it comes through. Right here. And got a couple of little spacers to go on there, a washer, the linkage, and then part of the linkage comes up and links onto this stud here, which will need a washer, of course, and a split pin. I do have to go and buy them, don't I mentioned that just now, and I'm still here, so let me go and get them. Okay, here is the collection of nuts and bolts that are going to be needed for the rear springs. I've made sure they all fit in here and fit on the car. These two I won't be able to test fit until the bushes arrive. You can see I have 2 flat washers, a spring washer and a lock nut. Yeah, that's kind of belt and braces really. Is it necessary? Probably not, but I like to be sure to be sure to be sure. So I'm going to use a spring washer and a lock nut. And do I need flat washers either side? No, I probably don't, but I'm going to do it anyway. It helps spread the load. I have to order washer number 21, washer number 22, and washer number 15. 15 and 22 are the same. I think they're C286. 21 is a special spring washer, and S&G Barrett do have them, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be getting those ordered. I could have fuffed around with my box full of washers and probably would have found 22 and 15, but I definitely don't have 21. As I'm placing an order for brake parts anyway, for the sake of the few cents that these cost, I'm just going to order them. All right, now get out of my garage, go do some shit.